There are so few sheep milk dairies in the United States because milking and dairying in the United States started from the very get-go as a business proposition. It was a commodity. And so not only are sheep small volume producers to begin with, the American dairy sheep is about half what a really good dairy sheep can produce. So that makes it very, very challenging from an economic perspective because the cost of production is so much higher when you have an animal that produces very small volumes of milk. I always felt with my kids that I was never going to pressure them to be part of the farm. And really, Eliza was the only one of my children that really took to it. Even though she didn't follow a path in college that had anything to do with agriculture, I think that's really where her heart was. And when she said, I want to do this job, I was so happy. You know, it was really happy to have her home.
So you grew up here on the farm?
Yeah.
So what was that like, and what made you decide that you wanted to follow in your mom's footsteps?
I didn't. I told myself for the longest time that I wasn't ever going to come back to the farm, but I kind of, I sort of did the classic, went to college, studied something totally different. I studied history and classics in school, but I just didn't know, what exactly I wanted to do, and I was kind of adrift a little bit. But when I graduated, I moved back to Kansas City. Although I tried to do other office jobs and things like that, and it didn't really pan out for me. I didn't like being in an office at all, and the farm just needed my help at one point, so I came back and I started working on the farm, and we had an opening for the farm manager position, and I just kind of went to Mom and was like, I really think that's actually the job that I want to do, and she looked at me for a moment, and I think in her mind she was like, she's absolutely crazy. That was 3 years ago, and I love it. I love getting to be outside every day. I love getting to work with the sheep and getting to watch them grow and getting to see, who produces well and how to improve the flock, and all that stuff is really interesting to me. And even the weird things like learning how to fix tractors or change oil on machinery and keep all of that stuff is really interesting. So there's really never a dull moment, and that's one of the things I love about
I would assume so, yeah. We're surrounded by these really adorable tiny lambs. How old are they?
They're about 2 weeks old now.
How long will it take them to reach maturity?
Usually anywhere from 8 months to a year, they've reached their full height and weight.
So what is the personality of a sheep?
Sheep are very funny. Some of them are very opinionated and very interesting and have sort of very clear and apparent personalities. And other sheep are much calmer and just kind of want to fit in with the whole flock. They kind of do their own thing. When the girls are on the milk line, you can really kind of tell what their personality is and what's going on with them, and each of them kind of behaves in a different way, and some of them are total snots and some of them are wonderful, and it's just you kind of you develop a kind of a close relationship with them.
Eliza's role in raising the sheep is one of the most crucial things, because the animals our milk come from have to be healthy and they have to be well fed, because that's directly relating to the flavor and the quality of the milk. Without really good pastures and really good grass and then really healthy, happy animals, you don't have really good milk. And so if we don't have good milk, we have no cheese.